Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the B&W trailer hitch for our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. Now this hitch does have a 2" by 2" hitch receiver opening, which will accommodate most of your accessories like bike racks, cargo carriers, or even ball mounts. Now the gross trailer weight on this hitch is going to be 4,500 pounds. That is your trailer plus whatever's inside of it. And your tongue weight is going to be 675 pounds. That is the max weight pushing down on your hitch receiver. So that's not going to be a problem if you want to do some bike racks or cargo carriers. Now I'll go ahead and get you a couple measurements you may need to know. So from the ground to the top of your hitch receiver opening is about 14 3/4. So that's important to know if you have some longer accessories like a cargo carrier and you want to make sure when you're going up a steep incline that doesn't bottom out. Now your next measurement here is from the center of your hitch pin hole, the outside of your bumper. That's going to be about 4 1/4. So that's important to know if you have a folding accessory and you want to make sure that doesn't come into contact with your bumper. If you decide to get this hitch for your Subaru, then please send in some pictures of you and your adventure with a review or comment. Now getting on to the install, it is very simple. This one is actually, it have side brackets that will bolt on separate. Now it doesn't affect the weight capacities, but it makes the installation actually a lot easier and manageable to do by yourself. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, please feel free to check out our dealer locator. We can find a professional to do it for you in your area. But without further ado, let's get on the installation. All right, and first off, we're going to want to remove this cover on this hole back here, and there's going to be one up here. So I'm just going to get a trim panel tool. You could use pliers for this or a screwdriver. Get that one removed, and this one as well. We are going to have to fish our hardware through this back hole here, but as you can see, it is a little too small. So what we're going to do is get a die grinder bit, burr bit, and I'm going to widen this out a little bit. And now that you've opened up both holes on both sides, I'm going to hit them with some spray paint just to prevent some corrosion or rust down the line. When you're waiting for this to dry, you can remove some of this caulking back here, either with a flathead screwdriver, a blade, or anything to get this off. And this might get in the way of when we raise our hitch up to sit flush against the rail here. We're gonna get our fish wire and go through our rearmost hole. And I'm gonna bend it just slightly just to make it a little easier to go through. I'm gonna feed this through and come out the hole we enlarged. Now I'm going to bend the end as well, just so that doesn't come back through. I'm going to get our square washer on here, as well as our bolt threaded on. Put our spacer up through our hole, and then our bolt. I'm going to get this fish down. For the other hole that we enlarged, we're going to do it a little bit differently. First, we're going to get our fish wire through our square spacer, and then we're going to thread on our hardware. And now, I'm going to push bolt through, then the spacer, and use that fish wire to put it through. So next you're going to want to grab your bracket. We are going to start on the driver's side here. And there is going to be a washer that comes in a kit, and this is going to be a spacer. So you're going to want to put this on that rear hole here, facing the front of the vehicle. And I'm going to tape that on just so it's easier to feed this into place. Now I did leave one fish wire on and pulled the front one off. It's going to make this a lot easier to get this into place. So I'll line the front one up, and with that front one in, I'll pull the back one out. And now I'll get my hardware on. I did find it easy too to pinch it with your bracket, that way it won't spin on you while you're getting your hardware on. Get that tightened down. Now I'll take our fish wire off. And get our nut on. Now I'm just going to hand tighten these two and repeat this on the passenger side. And now you're ready to lift the hitch into place. It's easier to have help when doing this. I got Zach here helping me. And you just want to get that square tube in that bracket. And we're going to get one of our carriage bolts through just to hold it in place. We can go ahead and put the rest through and get all of our hardware hand tight. There is a little bit of play in this hitch from side to side. Just make sure it's centered and you like how it's looking. And now you can tighten and torque everything down. I'm going to start with the ones going up into the frame. Torque all the hardware down to the specs in the instructions. If you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can purchase one here at eTrailer, or you can usually rent them from your local auto parts store. And that was a look at our B&W trailer hitch on our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek.